place and time without a great divide, and we could be flying deadly high. I'll sell my soul to dream you wide awake. Another place and time without a warning sign, and we could be dying angels fly. I'll sell my soul to dream you wide awake. I'll dream you, I'll dream you, I'll dream you wide awake.
Hello fellow YouTubers, this is Utah Moses here for my DVD review for The Expendables.
Are you crazy? Gonna kill me!
You're welcome!
Every one of us is expendable!
This is a movie that a lot of people wanted me to talk about, and it stars Sylvester Stallone as Barney Ross, the leader of this gang of mercenaries who goes around the world and kills terrorists. And they were recently hired by a CIA operative played by Bruce Willis to take down a dictator in South America along with an evil businessman played by Eric Roberts. So this is basically a straightforward action movie, nothing deep to get into. And after watching this, I thought this was one of those rare occasions where the trailer doesn't lie, where it's all fighting, tough man dialogue, and explosions, and I enjoyed the hell out of it. I thought the main cast, none of them outshined the other or they were underused in this movie. Sylvester Stallone was great, and I like all the jokes made with Jet Li about him being small, and I don't even mind the subplot with Jason Statham. But I don't like the bad guy played by Eric Roberts. I thought he was the most stereotypical bad guy I've ever seen in a movie. All he does is talk about money, making crappy jokes, and have his henchmen played by wrestler Steve Austin do all the dirty work. I thought Dolph Lundgren was more of a bad guy than him, and he was one of Barney's mercenaries. And if you don't mind me saying, he looks almost as crazy, or no, scratch that, he looks as crazy as Gary Busey. I enjoyed every scene with Mickey Rourke in it, even though he didn't play one of the mercenaries. He tends to be appealing since he was a tattoo artist, retired from his old job in this. Sylvester Stallone both directed and wrote the script to this movie, and half the, or most of the dialogue felt very cliched, but hey, it's Stallone. His writing isn't perfect, and this is coming from the guy who wrote the script for Cobra.
You're a disease, and I'm the cure.
I know the dialogue and most of the acting sucked in it, but they both have great action scenes, right? Now I like how the practical and CG effects together work very well in The Expendables, because when somebody's being blown to bits in a gunfight, it looks very real, and I thought it was done much better than in Machete. Now, some of my complaints is that this is supposed to be the most memorable action movie ever made, because we had high hopes that Stallone and Schwarzenegger would be in it together for the whole thing, fighting off bad guys, or even better, fighting off each other, but instead, all we got was one scene together with them, and that was during when they were discussing about the job. Also, aside from Stallone and Statham's characters, we don't get much backstory about everyone else in it. Like, I really would have liked to know about Jet Li's character or even Terry Crews, because at one point, he was really badass with a machine gun. And I had second thoughts about him being in The Expendables because, well, I never seen him in an action movie before, but once I've watched Gamer, it made me change my mind completely. And it didn't make me see him as Chris Rock's father.
That's 49 cents of spilt milk dripping all over my table. Somebody gonna drink this milk.
And with a movie called The Expendables, we don't really see anyone die in this. Not the main stars, at least. And I know I may be spoiling this, but the real spoiler comes from Stallone because he's going to make a sequel to this called The Expendables 2. So, if he's going to make a sequel, bring in Jean-Claude Van Damme, because we may need more fighting scenes. So, in conclusion, I really did enjoy this movie, even with some of the problems that I brought up about it earlier. This will make a great bromance movie for you guys to watch, because you'll enjoy most of the action included in this, even when Statham beats up a bunch of guys in a basketball court. Yeah, that really does happen. And to think this was released PG-13 in theaters for all the kids to watch. Now this is going to make them have even more fun picking up a gun and shooting everyone in sight. Out of 5, I give it 3.5 out of 5. It's filled with old school action that you'll never get tired of, and I might even get this on Blu-ray when it goes down in price. Now, on to the special features. We have Before the Battle making of featurette, audio commentary with Sylvester Stallone, deleted scene or scenes, gag reel, marketing archive, and that's basically it. But it may contain more if you go watch it. So, that's all for my review. Rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll be back later. Until then, this is Utah Moses, signing out.